Hi guys, welcome back to the channel, and this season starts with a bit of a drama actually, because our friends had just come out to spend 2 weeks on their boat and unfortunately their engine died on them. So I was on a bit of a mission this morning to get 20 miles down south from Stora down to Mörtebunsen and try and give them a hand. I didn't film that much of it because, you know, I don't really want to introduce a camera into that situation. It's a real sad situation when you have to end your holiday early like that. But on the plus side, I did get to test the new engine out on the dinghy. Unfortunately, I couldn't solve our friend's engine issue. When turning the crank with a wrench, there was a big grinding noise and I really didn't know what was causing that problem. But later on, it turned out to be a bolt that had fallen into the flywheel. So they had to get towed back and a dealer had to sort this out. It was unfortunate. Anyway, I got started with some diving, and let me tell you, at 18 meters at 7 degrees, it's a bit chilly diving in Sweden, but I love it all the same. I was looking for an unmarked wreck that I'd found before, but in this visibility, it's super hard to find. This abandoned sailboat lies just opposite Stora, and this engine we actually took out of the water and the guys got it going on the island again after months of being underwater. Unbelievable. Hey guys, welcome to a new season of Sailing Aurora. Well, it's 2 or 3 days into our holiday now, and we're going to actually start filming and doing something. Today we're heading to Träskö Storö. Now, you've been there before, so it's a very familiar place, but it's one of our favorites. So this season we're slowly making our way north, I think, in preparation to go over to Åland, depending on the weather, depending on the situation. So yeah, there's a few things I've done to the boat over the winter, and I'll go through those at some point, but right now we're having a fantastic sail. Ollie's just jumping up on me now. But it's blowing 20 knots from the stern. Just got the main up. We're doing 7.5 knots. Just having a nice sail there. So all is good.
Aww. Good night, Ollie.
So we're back in Träskö Storö. And we've gone on this little island over here just in front of us, and it's pretty sheltered from the wind. Our friends are just over there actually, the little yellow boat that you might have saw last year. But as we arrived, you know, the docking is pretty tricky actually, and Tanya kind of just went off the bow and then slipped straight down the rocks into the water. So yeah, but there were people there to help, which was super nice. So yeah, we're all good. But now you're going for another dip, right? Getting back in the water again.
I'm actually gonna jump in myself. Yeah, that was a bit unexpected.
This was nice.
Man, that was steep.
Yeah.
It was so hard. I was trying to find crevasses that I could sort of dig my shoes into, but it just said shwoop.
Yeah, it is a bit tricky. Quite often when it's that steep and that tricky, once you've got up there, you just tie a rope on the tree or something like that and it helps you. But yeah, so we had a little bit of drama on the way in. I didn't have a GoPro running, unfortunately, but there we go.
We are just getting ready to go to the sauna, and I have to admit, right now, with these grey clouds and the wind, it feels very good to know that soon we're going to sit in the warmth. It's getting a bit chilly here.
So back in the sauna at Träskö again, and I talk about winds all the time. I feel like I talk about winds too much, but that's generally the life of a sailor, I guess, or a sailor in the Swedish archipelago. You're trying to find places all the time where it's nice and sheltered away from everywhere. And now the wind is coming from a sort of westerly direction. But at 9 o'clock tonight, it's going to do like a switcheroo and do like a 180, so we've got to be back by 9 at least. A awesome sauna actually, and we just had some nice dinner, and although the winds were meant to shift around and do some strange things or whatever, but now it appears to have gone to a westerly direction again, so I don't know, it's strange, but I'm okay with that. Now we're just enjoying Träskö Storö. Sun's come out again, but you don't get a sunset here, but you know, it's a really beautiful place here. Look at those colours over there, guys. That golden sun on the trees. We're just about to have some guests over, so I think there should be 10 people on the boat in a few minutes anyway. So yeah, that should be super nice. We're just having a chill out night. Like I said before, guys, you've been here before. I'm going to leave it there tonight, and we'll see where we end up tomorrow. The next day when leaving, we decided to take a different tact, and sometimes we do this actually when, you know, you've got a steep cliff or the winds are a little bit shifty or whatever. I actually leave Tanya ashore with the dinghy and just back out myself without her, so I don't have to worry about her getting on the front of the boat, and then she'll just paddle the dinghy out and just get on the back of the boat. In certain situations, it can be a lot less stressful that way. I love it when you start overtaking motorists, you know, sailors that haven't got the sails up. Makes them feel bad. Well, we're just heading out towards Stora Nassa now, you know, although the winds are a bit lively and a bit gusty still, but you know, there's plenty of places in Nassa to actually hide from a westerly wind, so we feel pretty safe out there. Our friends didn't decide the same thing though, so we'll send them some pictures and love and whatever. So right now, like, we have a million boats thinking the same thing, so we'll see how busy it is out there and see what happens. But a really nice sail, doing 6-7 knots on a close reach at the moment, which suggests that the wind is a bit more southerly than it says on the forecast, but you know, we'll see. We'll see. Just enjoying the day. Plenty of rain clouds heading our way, so we're gonna get wet in a bit, so yeah. Nice sailing so far.
We're actually not going to Stora Nassa. He asked me to plot the course for Lilla Nassa, so we're going to Lilla Nassa.
Oh yeah. Bloody hell, that boat's called Aurora. They've copied us, clearly. Can't be that many boats out there called Aurora. Lots of things happen differently to the boat over the winter season. I mean, well, in the last few weeks we've actually changed to a gas barbecue here, purely because there was a fire ban in the archipelago, so we had to switch over to gas anyway, and it gave Tanya like a mega excuse finally to buy a gas barbecue that she's been wanting for a few years. So yeah, we got that.
No, not that I wanted a gas barbecue, but I wanted the ability to be on anchor and barbecue.
Exactly. So now we can just barbecue right there. It's actually pretty convenient, to be honest. Last season we changed the dinghy, and you can see that there's a brand new Tohatsu 20 horsepower on there as well. That's awesome. That's really going well. But it's always a debate, right, of whether to get the engine off the dinghy and whether to get the dinghy on the deck as well when you're doing a little passage, and I didn't think it warranted it today. Hopefully I'm not wrong and the waves aren't too big out there, and I'm not risking the engine in the dinghy and whatever, but it should be fine. We're not in open sea out there. Behind me is quite a big rain cloud or weather system, but it will bring kind of a semi-squall with it. So we've got to be prepared a little bit to reef soon, you know. We're going upwind, so we can easily turn upwind and take some sail in, you know, when it does come, but I can feel it getting a bit more and more. And yeah. But we're going to try and get around it. So the balance is, you know, trying to get enough speed to go try and miss it, or to reef early and hit it. But it's hard to tell which way it's going, you know. It's kind of getting bigger and bigger, but I'm hoping it's just going to slide a little bit past us, otherwise we're going to get very, very wet soon. We'll see. see behind me this grey wall. We're actually just getting past it. I think we might miss it and it might just go down the coast. If we're lucky, then we stay dry. This is a really cracking sail right now, you know. We've got God damn it, 15 knots of wind on the broadside, but the forecast is nothing like it said it would be. It's meant to be constantly westerly, so coming from that direction more or less. But maybe this system here is changed the winds a little bit and then it'll switch back to west. It doesn't seem like that though, because these waves out here have had chance to build up, so seems like it's southerly. Who knows? Get the sails down and have a look. Well, we just had a look at Nassa and we could have made it work, but there's not enough protection in that little bay. I mean, there is, but it would have been blowy and all kinds of stuff. So it's nice when you can get a bit more cliff in front of the boat when the winds are blowing up to like 20 knot gusts and things like that, you know. We'll save that place for a better, nicer day, I think, when it's nice and flat calm, and yeah, explore that one. Now we're just going north into Stora, and we'll find a nice place, I'm sure. Tanya is just fixing a spring over there now, and we've got into a place in Stora, which seems pretty good. We haven't been here before, so it's nice to try something new. We are not alone, but that's okay. But once again, you know, I keep forgetting to switch the damn camera on. You know, now you see behind me that is a new outboard crane I've fitted as well, you know, and it's needed really with a 20 horsepower. It's like 45 kilos of engine, so it's not really possible to get off single-handedly for sure. And the crane makes it much easier. I'll take a video at some point of that and getting it on and off. But it really works well. But it's also serving as a really good mount for an extra camera as well, so that's also beneficial. But when looking at an outboard crane, we wanted to get one that is removable as well, because I think it kind of destroys the looks of the boat a little bit. So we can take that off whenever we want, but we don't seem to be doing that. But you can if you want to. Yeah, we just got a very long spring across to that tree now, which Tanya is running, and I can see that the rope isn't going to be long enough, so we'll probably have to join two together. That's also okay. But of course, the furthest back down the boat that we can get the spring, the more load it's going to take on the boat and not pull the boat forward. So quite a good point, that tree over there, because as you can see we're leaning on the boats right now, and yeah, we need to get off them. So we're just on standby now and sitting here because one of these nasty black clouds came in and changed the wind from south all the way around to north. So yeah, the spring we put on earlier, completely useless right now. Never mind. But the problem is, like one of the boats just next to us, actually, their anchor slipped forward and they ended up on the rock. And in that situation, then their boat ends up on our boat, and then, you know, depending on how tight people's anchors are, all of the weight is going to end up on our boat. And you can see that the anchor is to the side down there, and I think it's got a good grip now. But I should have put it out a bit further, to be honest. When you're unsure on where to be in an anchorage and the wind is coming from that angle, don't be on the end, because you're the one that's going to be taking all the weight of all the boats. So we're not in the best of situations here right now, but I'm hoping it's just a squall. It'll just blow through and then we'll be fine again. Out of nowhere, guys, it's just completely dead now. Wind-wise, I mean. Nothing. Just absolutely calm out here. I mean, the winds have been all over the place. Again, it's the same as last season, actually, you know. But I think it's these squalls coming past. They change the winds from north to south. The clouds really, really do move the wind. And the doggy down here has just fallen asleep. He's just had his food. Tanya doing some
chili con carne. It's almost done.
On the induction oven from IKEA. Oh yeah.
Which is perfect.
Yeah. Let's see how many watts she's drawing out of my batteries. 1,000 watts. Okay. I'll let you off.
Well, if you want the spaghetti bolognese, I would have to use both.
Okay. What, gas and electric?
No, both of the
Oh,
plates.
that would have been terrible. 2,000 watts right there. Just look at what magic my wife has just created.
It's just chili con carne.
Oh, it's amazing. And we've got like fresh bread from yesterday. Not really fresh. Anyway, it's good bread from yesterday. And look at this view just behind me. Absolutely amazing, you know. Flat calm, just no wind whatsoever. Yeah. You gotta cherish the moments like this in life. Good morning, everybody. This place is absolutely stunning, and it's one of those occasions where I've been awake for a few hours actually. I just couldn't sleep for some reason. Been awake since 4. It's now just gone 7 o'clock. But there's something about getting up early and just enjoying the day. Tanya's still asleep, so I'm free to have any breakfast that I want. Chocolate breakfast, oh yeah. A few days into the holiday now, and you know, a few days in, you can really feel yourself just starting to just relax and forget about work and slow down. We're really glad actually that we didn't go to Nassa last night, because you know, the forecast was like completely all over the place yesterday. Winds coming from the south, and then later on they completely switched to north as well, like strong north during that squall last night. So in the northern point of that cut in Nassa, that would have been particularly nasty in there, unless we could have run some good springs, of course, but you know, it would have just been blowing straight in there. So it's a perfect anchorage, super nice. Just looking for seals now, you know, so nice to see a seal again. Once again, it's the morning swim. She's been swimming every day, and some of these days have been pretty miserable. You wouldn't catch me in on those mornings, that's for sure, but maybe this morning we'll see. And then Ollie wants to go and make sure she's all right. So I did go in the water in the end, and I do the usual things, you know, go under the boat, check everything, clean the propeller a little bit, clean the log, check the forward scan, etc. But this time also, I ended up with a bit of a surprise. I went out to check the anchor. I ended up finding another one, a little 5 kilo stainless steel anchor. Super cool, we ended up taking that with us. For the next couple of days we just enjoyed this archipelago and didn't move the boat anywhere. We did small dinghy rides and just chilled out. We don't always sail every day. I think it's important to enjoy the places that you go to, so we just did. As always guys, thanks very much for watching. It's good to be back, and it's nice to look back at this footage and edit it in the winter time. It really gives a nice feeling coming towards summer. In the next episode we start making our way north towards Norrtälje and then eventually on the way to Åland. Take care guys, I'll see you next time.